Hello, traveler, and welcome to Signal Jammer.
Previously on Signal Jammer, the group learns the details of their mission to Jeterand, a barren and mountainous world that is being made into a ski resort by New Horizon Ventures with the help of the terraforming expertise of the Xenowardens. Sidona, an android member of the Stewards, wants the party's help investigating an allegedly haunted iron mine that is crucial to the construction work. Sidona asks them to meet her in Buckley Pass, near the mining town of Pharaohtown. The group gathers their equipment, gaming gear, and flowers, and proceeds to the spaceship that Abadar Corp has loaned them for the mission.
So let's go on to that ship, shall we?
We get all our stuff on there.
Yeah, you get all your stuff on there. Everybody picks out their bunks. You all familiarize yourself. You are supposed to be getting moving, like, now, so perhaps that ship familiarizing takes place once you guys jump into drift space.
Yeah, we all get up onto the bridge of the ship, right? I mean, we're taking our seats.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's quite a beautiful chair there for you, Cloudy.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm just looking at it. This cushy ass seat. It looks perfect. And then she approaches and just floomps into it. A full body floomp.
It has that satisfying air compression.
Oh.
Yeah, as you sink into it.
Dev, how queer is Cloudy sitting right now?
Oh, extremely. Just sideways on the chair.
Beautiful. I love that for her.
Upside down, maybe.
Like Dio,
Yes.
Brando.
Sigi goes over to one of the computer consoles kind of over on the side, where there's kind of a decent amount of space around there, and kind of messes with the settings and hits a few buttons, and there's a chair that was there, but it expands out into
Nice.
a decent sized chair, and he sits back in this, and it's this could be an appropriate station for me, I believe.
Perfect.
It does take up a quarter of the bridge, but
It's not a very big bridge, that's for sure.
yeah.
My spatial understanding of how these ships work is still a little wonky. The gunner position is not necessarily Tahira at the guns going chuk 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 chuk. It is at a console doing it there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I think Tahira would find a spot that's, I think, closer to the door to the bridge, so it's a little more in the corner, and claims that seat.
Is this a situation where everybody, all of the stations are facing forward and in the middle of the room, or are there stations lining the walls? Is everybody facing the same direction?
In my head, I think with the economy of space, it might be pilot chair is the only one that's inherently facing forward.
Right.
But all chairs have potential maneuverability to face forward. But again, I'm not as familiar with Starfinder ship styles and whatnot.
We probably also have view screen access to look at all different angles of the ship,
Sure.
From our computers, I would imagine. I'm imagining there's that pilot chair's in the middle, Sigi station's back off kind of to the left against the wall. There might be other chairs towards the front that look forward or not. You could be looking, Sigi probably looks towards the wall, basically, but you just uses
Right.
the computers.
Yeah, I think the point of economy of space kind of says, some of these consoles are just built into the wall, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cloudy is updating all the drivers and making sure that the UI override is going to work with this ship, and it all seems to be in order.
Perfect. And you blast off with your thrusters. For the first time in Cloudy's life, he is behind the wheel of a large automobile. Is flying
It's real.
flying a spaceship, and all these buttons and controls. They look exactly how you would expect them to. You have simulated this type of thing not only for years and years, but also you've just got done doing so for the express purpose of training yourself. And I would like you to make a piloting check in order to successfully locate a drift beacon and enter the drift pointed in its direction. And keep in mind that if you fail, you go to a different dimension and all of you die immediately. So, no pressure.
No pressure.
Add +2 to this. 17.
Got it. You did it.
Yay!
All of a sudden, you see there's a special console to your left that is the drift controls. And this drift console locks onto the drift beacon that you had accessed. And suddenly, the blackness of space changes completely. You are now that the drift engine has been engaged and you have been sucked into this hyperspace dimension. It's a bit like you are traveling through a tube of magenta, and coming at you, you're flying through these strange fractal shapes as you fly. It's unnerving. You can't see very far ahead of you as you travel, but you're doing it. And as far as all of your sensors and everything are concerned, you are successfully traveling through the drift towards the Jeterat system.
Well done, Cloudy.
Yeah.
Well done indeed. You got us there, or got us into the drift at least.
Yeah.
You now have 12 hours to kill.
Okay.
So if you would like to describe what you do in those 12 hours, you may.
You know, there's some point where Sigi is back in one of the cargo holds, probably the one that's mostly empty, which, you know, theoretically might become our vid gaming room, which actually, like, Deb, do you just set up your equipment in there?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I just leave the box somewhere.
Okay, then, so in the other cargo hold is where Sigi sets up his plants. And like I mentioned, he only took the plants that were ones that required special care. For example, the Acatonian blood ferns, which he has to feed using blood. So someone might see him pricking his thumb to drip some blood into a watering can as he's feeding the plants.
Hoyt will walk by and happen to be walking by as you're feeding your plant.
And just as you walk up, dragon blood drips into this watering can, and then he waters these ferns that are they've basically like got, you know, like green leaves, but like kind of red stem. They're very like ferrous.
Hoyt kind of, his eyes go wide and looks at you and goes, is that truly necessary?
Well,
It seems weird to make yourself bleed to keep that alive.
well, Hoyt, to be honest with you, there are synthetic mixtures you can use to keep these things alive, but they don't thrive. It is my personal experience that if you use blood, and I think perhaps based on my research, dragon's blood, they grow better.
Yes, it's...
I have no lack of blood. Look at me.
I suppose just it's rather strange. You know, I'll leave you be though. It's your hobby, it's your craft. You know better than I. Besides, I'm feeling a little dusty. After checking out the ship, I was gonna take a quick rinse and, clean myself up a little. But I'll leave you be. And then Hoyt just kind of quickly walks away like, bleeding for a plant. How strange. Strange.
Just a quick question, because I'm refamiliarizing myself with some of the expansions, and right now we're doing with the common quarters, and we've got the communal bathroom, which includes a military style shower. Is that like a single small little shower pod, or is that like a high school?
Yeah, I think it's a very small shower pod. Like if you drop something, it's like kind of difficult to bend over and pick it up because it's so narrow.
But it just like automatically sprays you like top to bottom, just
Yeah, probably.
and you're
Yeah.
like, just kind of standing there waiting for it to happen. Yeah.
Takes like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And not that it's ever going to be relevant. At least I'd assume it wouldn't. But maybe is it just a single shower stall, or are there like
Yes.
2 shower stalls?
It's
I'm just
probably a
curious.
single for like
Yeah.
space
Okay.
You're curious, or are you planning something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
something
you-
going on? Something
Honestly,
going on
more
here.
curious than anything else.
These are kind of pointed questions, Drew.
Okay, like real talk, real quick. I had recently, like 2 weeks ago, watched Starship Troopers, and there's that scene where like they're all taking a shower, but it's like mixed sex, and it's just we're taking a shower. There's nothing like weird beyond just taking a shower.
It's the future.
And
Yeah,
there's-
no one
there's a
cares,
small-
I guess.
There's a small part of me that was like, that would be a funny like. You know, oh, I go and take a shower, and then like
Yeah.
Tahira and Cloudy come in, and we have a conversation that is irrelevant to the fact that we're taking a shower.
Right.
Right.
But we
and
do
that-
describe the nudity graphically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right,
Yeah,
yes,
that's important.
yeah. Of course. I mean, how else are we gonna do this?
Audio medium.
It's okay. I mean, Hoyt's a dwarf, so I mean, it's nothing to brag about.
Dwarves are
But-
kind of self-cleaning, right?
What?
No, we're dirty
What?
little boys. We like to be in
They're like
the,
chinchillas.
mud.
They have to like.
You have to wash them in dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry to digress. I was just
Glad
I
we're
was
No,
very
never
curious.
apologize.
And then he takes a shower.
We gotta ask, how tight is Hoyt's ass? Because I feel like in the scene where we see him getting into the shower, we get the
Mhm.
back shot, so we get to see like the
Yeah.
build of
Yeah.
the back and the tightness of
The
the butt.
water going down.
Yeah, and then the steam fills
I
up
mean,
before he turns around, and then the camera pulls out because respect.
Yes. Yes.
Well, Hoyt's not shy. I mean, if he were in charge, there'd be full frontal because it's simply
Yeah.
his
He
body.
just walks
There's
through the ship,
nothing to be
towel over his
ashamed.
shoulder, and nothing else.
well, no, he's not immodest, but like
I'm just imagining the shower that Dev was talking about, like just blast you from the top and bottom, and so Hoyt just goes in there like face down, ass up, like just gets
God.
blasted
Just gets-
by the
Gets flavor blasted. Yeah.
I'm also
Yeah.
thinking about those. God, they're used primarily for like cleaning jewelry. It's these little like rectangular boxes where you put the solution in, and then it just sends sonic waves into it to
Yeah.
just distill and shake it out. So it's kind of like you close the tube, it fills up with water, it goes. And you see the cloud of dirt and dust and grime collect, and then as it gets drained out, and then you're clean.
Uh-huh. The shower sounds terrifying.
Yeah,
Cloudy seems
yeah.
so stinky. To be honest, Cloudy is not going to use the shower.
No, we don't
ever.
gotta do that. I like your shower much better, but I don't know why I thought about like the jewelry cleaning. I like the car wash of it all. you know?
Yeah. Little Brillos
Uh-huh.
like come down from the ceiling.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
God.
scrubbing
Just
him really quickly.
Brillos?
Like, yeah.
No, Brillos wasn't the right word.
Yeah, it's going to
Loofahs?
scour
Like
your
steel-
skin off.
steel-
Loofahs.
wool.
Yeah.
Sponges would have worked. Rags.
Yeah, just some like sponges is probably good.
Yeah, I could have gone for the most.
Or like like cloth rags, yeah, whatever.
No, I went with Brillos because
Terrifying if that's like a setting you can change on the shower. You can be like,
Honestly,
how hard is my hide?
It
yeah.
would
It's for
make
androids
sense.
and robots and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, it
Yeah,
would make
yeah.
sense. Yeah.
For like Sigi, even.
Yeah, hard scales.
So there is a Brillo option. Well, the non-brand version of Brillo, I guess.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by the Brillo Corporation.
Dan, cut it. Cut it all
Cut
out.
it out.
anyways, real quick, back to Hoyt's ass.
Yes.
So Hoyt's
back to
ass.
Hoyt's ass.
It
Yeah,
it
how's
is.
it look?
I mean, he's a fit dwarf.
Mm.
It's he's got defined calves. His butt could be a little bit more. He could do a little bit more squats if we're being honest. He's got strong thighs, and his butt, it doesn't sag. There's at least that going for him. You know,
That's good. It's a great
there's
place
a little bit
to
of
start.
scarring
Yeah.
on his back. He does have a tattoo of it's basically like a triangle on his left shoulder, and in one corner there's what appears to be like whiskers inside the triangle. In the top corner there's like a fist, and then the other bottom corner there's like a little like fish symbol within the
What?
triangle.
Interesting.
Mysterious.
And yeah, I mean that's just a little detail
Sure.
about Hoyt.
I love that.
He does select the Brilla
Oh.
because he's just wants he's curious, and within about 30 seconds he's hopping out and like going to a lower setting. But the next time you see,
He's got like road rash at this point. Like
Yeah.
he is streaked with carpet burn.
he is a pink dwarf right now.
I love that he gave it 30 seconds trying to tough it out.
Yeah.
That's very dwarf
I
behavior.
think you can acclimate, like with hot water. You give yourself a little bit of time and you
That's
get a
what
little more
he
used to
was
it.
thinking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I see you, Hoyt. I see you.
And yeah. There we go.
Hoyt successfully takes a shower. Well, kind of successfully.
And Sigi has put on loud music in that bay because he believes in the adage that like music helps plants grow. and
Sure.
Remind me again what kind of music that was? Or what kind of music you'll have on the ship?
Mostly like classical music is what I'm imagining, or like
But with like synth pads underneath.
Dragon classical?
some of that. Yeah, and a lot of it's like it's like
dragon classical.
Triaxian classical music, which is some of the songs involve like in Tchaikovsky's 1812 overture. He uses like cannon blast. Like, there's a lot of stuff that uses like dragon roars.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. Now, does it, for our purposes, does it use the Western musical scale, or does it get more?
I don't know.
Does it get microtonal?
I'm not. Get off me! I'm not a musician.
I wasn't be challenging you.
I kind of.
I just
like,
tried to
have
talk.
No, yeah, I don't know. Fuck. Sure, like it's
Super music, extra.
it uses more tones than you could ever imagine.
Yes, that's what we were waiting for.
Yes. Sorry, I asked a question. Jesus.
It has 75 tones.
Yeah, I'd like to imagine because they're so big, a lot of those tones are probably like really, really, really deep and low. And it just kind of like is a rumble that everybody can feel, but maybe only Sigi can hear.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
yeah. There's some degree of that to the music. Yeah.
Yeah, there are like the choirs of dragonkin that are like contrabass.
And the closest thing that I was thinking that dragonkin music would be like Rachmaninoff.
Okay, that guy rocks.
Yes, that kind of shit. I don't know.
In the bridge, would Cloudy, like, in my head, Cloudy often is listening to music even when she's not gaming.
Hmm.
Does that feel accurate?
Yes, definitely.
Dev? So how soon after getting on the ship did Cloudy start blasting music through headphones?
Immediately, probably. Especially like maybe as we were taking off, like just to get in the zone.
You got zone music, you got flying music, you got a special playlist that you
Yeah.
put together in preparation.
Of course.
Cloudy probably has like a thing though, like if you get a direct message from me, that it immediately like mutes your headset for a second.
Yeah, it'll
and-
pop up on my heads-up display. I've got like the thing
yeah.
on my eye.
Well, also there's a function that some headphones that have microphones have that it like slightly projects what's happening outside. It like
Yeah, awareness mode.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think I'm in awareness
But-
mode. I'm not like making it,
No, I wasn't asking as like a matter of like isolation or anything. And awareness mode really only goes so far until your music is too loud anyways. I was just asking because I think that means Tahira would be the only one to hear Hoyt scream.
Probably.
Yeah.
And
That's
I don't
fair.
know if she would fully go to investigate, but I feel like the ship's small enough that she could stick her head out and see a probably naked Hoyt.
Doing an ouchie dance.
Jumping out of the shower.
like popping out
Yeah,
just quick enough
he's
to
jumped
change
out
the
of
buttons.
the shower and like readjusting it.
Yeah,
And like, yeah, he's jumping back and forth from either foot. Just
They start
ow,
foot to
ow,
top, and they start at the feet and go up to the top, and it hit about thigh, and you're like, oh no, this is bad.
It cuts to like Sigi just spinning around a room to dun 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 dun. He's like got one of his plants and he's like kissing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Siggy's so fucking cute.
Yeah, it's a lot. How does Tahira pass 12 hours?
That is a very good question that I had not been thinking about at all.
I can move to Cloudy.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
I
you
think
think?
being on the spot will
Okay.
make me find an answer quicker. Tahira isn't really a person of many hobbies necessarily. Like, she finds something she likes and sticks with it until she could do it with a degree of proficiency that she feels like she'll always be able to pick it up and do it again. I think what she probably spends a majority of her time doing for at least this first portion of the trip is journaling, of all things. Like, it is a pen and paper, like bound book kind of journal. One thing that likely is known and noticed by all of the rest of the crew, Cloudy, Hoyt, Sigi, and everybody present, is that Tahira is relatively technology light. Like, she has that comms, that cell phone equivalent, because it is a necessity for people to be able to get in contact with her. But the gear that she's wearing, the weapons that she brought with her, none of it runs off of like a battery pack or has a screen or anything. And I think her hobby of journaling follows in that same thread of physical book, pen in her hand, just writing stuff down.
And so she is recording what must be the day's events.
I do have another thing, if I could, really quick. I do want to find Sigi. Is Sigi still with his plants? This is like moments after the shower in towel.
You go into the room and there's da 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 roar. Like
Hoyt walks in with like just a towel around his waist and goes, Sigi. Yeah, he's bright
Hoyt,
pink.
sorry, you
Bright pink.
scared me. I was. He sets the Rathani goblin-faced orchid down, which seemed to have been possibly singing along with him. It's like, there's an orchid in the real world called the monkey-faced
Oh,
orchid.
yeah.
But, like,
I know what you're
his
talking
face
about.
looks like a monkey, but this one has a face that looks like a goblin, basically. I mean, like, exactly like a Pathfinder.
Whoa, that thing does look like a
goblin.
monkey. Holy
I have
shit.
to look at this picture immediately.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love them.
I love it so much.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's a cool orchid, but I made up this one. I made up 3 plants in about a period of 30 seconds
Yeah,
earlier.
they're fantastic.
It was very good.
The Acatonian blood fern, the Verthani goblin-faced orchid, and the Callow swamp lily. Which there's the big pool of water in the room too.
You flooded the room.
No, there's just like a big it's like one of those doggy pools,
Okay.
like a kiddie pool,
Sure.
like area over on one side where there's a bunch of like lily pad sort of things.
When you first said the Verthani goblin-faced orchid, in my mind I was like, oh, I would love to know what that looked like. And I did open a tab to Google it.
Yeah,
I didn't get to the typing it in phase, but I was like, oh,
it has the face of a goblin. I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
It's perfect.
But this thing seemed to be singing along with me, and I set it back down. Yes, what does she need?
You don't by chance
Are you
have
missing
any...
your clothes?
No,
Why are you in a towel?
Well, it's a long story. Well, not really. I selected the Brilla selection on the shower, and it was a bad choice. And I was just curious. You don't by chance have any aloe, do you?
Yes, probably. Let me take a look. And I go into my bag, and I don't know. I do you have any aloe, Ben?
evens or odds?
Okay, that's a fair
Evens, aloe, odds, no.
1d2. I rolled a 1.
Odds was no.
I don't have any aloe, but the callow swamp lilies, they're not. It has some of the same effects as aloe, but it causes mild hallucinations.
You know what? I'm not going to veto that. Yes.
Not unsimilar to, microdosing shrooms or something, or, some say.
How long? I don't partake in those kind of activities.
It shouldn't last for more than a couple of hours. Hopefully.
Is it safe?
Well, I've tried them myself, and it only lasts for about an hour. And, for you, I can't imagine it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it'll last twice or 3 times as long, so maybe like 3 hours. Again, just very mild hallucination.
Do I just rub it on the skin, or...
Yes, and I go over to, like, the callow swamp lilies, and so these are, like, lily pads, like, floating in the water, just, what you would imagine, like, but the flowers are purple, and in the center there's, like, this, like, white part, but it's kind of like this pulsating, glowing looking bit.
An undulating flower.
This is a strange hybrid of carbon and silicon-based life. It also relies on light, and also, I have to feed it meat as well.
What?
So many, like...
Yeah, you
very
have a
difficult
blood
to care
plant.
for.
You have a... I guess that's why he took these ones with
Yeah,
him.
that's why he brought these ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I try a little on, like, one of my legs, just to make sure it's worth it?
Yeah, you can. You certainly. And I take it over and grind up some of the. I basically pull off one of the center glowing pieces and grind it up in a mortar and pestle, and it's like a paste. And I put my claw in it, and I'm like, this will probably get me a little bit too. And I'm like, do you want me to rub it on your knee? Or what?
Well, I guess if you're doing the rubbing, might as well hit my back first.
Okay. I applied this salve to you.
I think that Sigi, was correct in saying that it would last longer, dosage-wise, because he's such a smaller creature, regardless of how fortitudinous dwarves are. There is a real possibility that this affects him more than mild hallucinations.
Okay.
So let's do a fort save. We're looking for a 12 here. It's an 11.
Well, the +2 versus poisons, right?
This isn't a poison.
No? Okay.
How many of his plants are just recreational drugs? The cool ones that he brought with him,
That's a great question.
You've got the meat eating and the blood eating, and then you got the drugs, and those are probably the 3 types that he brought.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Meat, blood, and drug.
Meat, blood, and drug.
I'm sure there's
There's
overlap.
the 3 food
One
groups.
has a goblin's face.
One has a
Yeah,
goblin's
that's fun.
face. One of the meeting ones is drugs.
You don't even know. The other 2 might also be.
They
Yeah,
might all be
exactly.
drugs.
That's what I was thinking.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. Some drug.
100%
Non-zero.
correct.
I am making this up as I go along.
Shh, you're not supposed to tell the audience that.
Well, I can cut that.
Keep it a secret.
It's a secret.
So it's not an instantaneous thing, but over the next 15 to 20 minutes, Hoyt Iron Eye begins to have an experience. This is a kind of eyes open tripping experience, and it's not very intense, but it is more than mild for certain. One of the main things that's happening is that sounds are very visibly quivering towards you from their source. You've got lots of spaceship sounds happening, and they're just kind of rippling at you. At a certain point, you're talking to Sigi, and you can just see the air wiggling at you as his words, meet your ears. It is unnerving, not especially intense, but after about 3 hours, it does fade back into... You do fade back into normalcy. But
I do spend probably a solid 30 minutes at some point just staring at a mirror and like looking at my cybernetic eye and then my real eye and then going, real machine, machine, real, machine, real, real. I kind of look like an ape though too. Am I a dwarf? Or am I an ape?
Oh my god.
What's going on? I can hear my eye. And that's just a sample of what it is.
We fade to Cloudy.
Okay. From the observation of everybody else on the ship, Cloudy has not left this chair, and yet more clothes and random stuff is like appearing in the cockpit around her.
What?
Like, I mean, like she's leaving the chair. She's like going and grabbing stuff from
Oh,
her
right.
stuff, but then she's like immediately going back to her spot.
Right.
And,
Whenever
Yeah.
anybody looks, that's where she is.
Yeah. It's not like she's actually teleporting things to her. That's impossible so far.
At this point, like going through the drift, that's mostly an autopilot thing. You have to monitor it, but like...
I mean, it was exciting at first. She probably excitedly said in front of everyone that it was her first time in the drift, and everyone looked horrified. Because why? Why is Cloudy piloting? But did it successfully. Is doing just fine.
I feel like what we do is we have like probably a rotation right of like somebody's on the bridge at all times
to like
just
check
one of us, just to make sure there's not an emergency alarm.
Well, yeah, but the chair is definitely the comfiest thing in the ship. And once he left like his computer and like the box like in the room, like the storage room in the basement, like maybe like pulled up a bunch of clothes and like, you know, disguise kit and like hygiene box and stuff like to the bunk and just left that there and is like slowly bringing like random items to the cockpit. I feel like for one, the jacket that she was wearing at first was pink and cream, and it clashed with the chair that's red and yellow. So had to change the jacket. Thank God she brought extras. Yeah, and just has been playing like the normal games for...
Is she like taking selfies also? As she's like, since she's kind of a social media person.
You know, I don't know that she is, because
Right.
she also has like...
Oh, that's right. She's
a
VTuber. She's
technically
not
a VTuber, not taking photos.
Yeah, she's not a meat tuber.
No.
Which is what I call it when I put a hot dog into a potato.
It is unfortunately a very increasingly common term in the like VTuber community to refer to the people who show themselves on camera as flesh tubers.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Cloudy's not a flesh tuber. God, I hated that.
Wait, are you not though? I mean, so you're a VTuber in the sense, like I thought that you just streamed as a different personality, but you are not. Like you're not using a camera. You're
so it's tracking. It's tracking her. To,
right,
like,
but you are a VTuber.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got a VTuber.
But like your persona is still, it is like because your streaming persona is the fox.
Their streaming
No?
persona is a female fox.
that is tracked off of the female
human
form.
version of Cloudy, but can also be a male fox in real life.
It's not confusing.
No, it's not. I mean, it is, but I mean, you know.
No,
I feel like
can walk
Cloudy
right through
is just
it.
the epitome of like gender fluidity.
Correct.
Because of that. It's like I can be a fox, but I can't be a lady fox. So I'm gonna be a lady fox, but I could be a lady fox if I wanted to. But I'm gonna be a human lady and a guy fox. But I'll be the lady fox for VTubing.
Yes, correct. All true.
That's the three genders: lady fox, boy fox, girl woman.
Yeah.
Girl, woman.
Anyways,
So it's hard to tell when Cloudy is like doing something that it actually needs doing or is like playing a different game.
sure.
And that's always been an issue.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
One thing I wanted to do is, at one point, there's like a bonk, bonk, bonk on Tahira's quarters.
Well, you don't really have separate rooms.
Yeah, I was gonna say, from my understanding, we have like bunks on a wall kind of
Oh,
quarters.
is that
Yeah.
how we
Yeah,
live?
that's-
Yeah.
It's
Jesus.
terrible.
Damn, girl, you live like this? Yes. We didn't have the money for anything better.
It's true.
Yet.
The description of common quarters includes like cots that pull out from the wall in the hallway or something like that. Like,
Tahira's been vibing in the bridge, like just posted up in the chair that she picked when everybody first collected there for the initial jump, and has remained there for the most part. I think left a few times for, normal bio needs and the like.
Right.
But hasn't felt the need to be vigilant enough to track Cloudy's comings and goings, and definitely does the thing where she looks up from what she's doing and there's just the pile of things surrounding the very plush and very nice captain's chair has grown, and she just kind of like shakes her head a little bit and goes back to writing in her journal.
Sigi comes up to the bridge and, kind of like just clanks a couple times on the door to announce his presence, because, like people... even his friends sometimes get scared by the sudden presence of a dragonkin. That's something he's learned, is like to make yourself known before you appear, because you might just scare people because you're a big dragon guy.
Yeah. I guess a question for you, Dan. Does Sigi think that we can't hear him coming on this ship?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But either way, he kind of like knocks on
Yeah.
the wall as he kind of, I feel like he doesn't have to squeeze exactly, but makes his way through the doorway, which is designed probably more for medium-sized creatures, but, allows the passage of large ones. And he comes in, he has in his hands the flower that he had given you at the shop that you'd given back to him. It was among the plants that he brought back onto the ship. He walks up and gingerly he says, Tahira, are you busy? I had that flower that, I was going to give you.
Tahira rests the pen in the center of the page and like closes the book with a hand and looks up to Sigi, smiling in her eyes as she sees the flower in his hand. And again, the smile turns a little bit sad, but no less appreciative as she says, "Oh, I didn't expect you to bring it. That's very
I
thoughtful
brought a lot
of
of
you.
flowers with me.
I noticed." She has not made a move to take it from you yet.
I just set it on the desk and I say, Have you been in combat with Hoyt?
Drew, what did we land on that? Was it
I feel like we've been on operations together,
like
but like
she
we
ran
haven't.
protective detail for something that y'all were doing, right?
Yeah, or we were like in combat, but like in different areas. Like we weren't necessarily like side by side, but we were in the same battlefield type thing. But I would say, generally speaking, yeah, we probably have.
Yeah. We were sharing a battlefield a time or two. There have been, I think there were a few missions where I was running more of a security detail while Hoyt and his crew did their thing. So, simple answer, yes. A little bit. Why do you ask?
I was just wondering about if he said anything about me.
Tahira's brow furrows in confusion. She turns her attention from the plant that she had been idly tracing the edges of the pot of to look directly at Sigi again. Is it the concern if he did or didn't?
No, it's just when we first met again after a long time, the only thing he seemed to remember about me was the incident.
In the time that Tahira spent around Sigi, has she gotten any idea of how he reacts to friendly physical touch?
He seems to be pretty fine with it insofar as, like, Cloudy, at least. Like, Cloudy will, like, jump on his shoulders.
Casually climbs you. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like dragons are probably very,
Affectionate.
They probably hug. Like,
Okay.
or rub snouts against each other, or what have you. You know, like...
Yes.
Hey, babe, you want to rub snouts later?
No, I'm saying more like his mom would rub a snout against him.
Yeah.
Gross.
They might not necessarily have, like, the lip distance to do a proper kiss, right?
Like, it's probably more like necks against necks is probably a big thing.
That's
Nuzzling.
trust.
Yeah,
You know
like-
they're not going to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he says that, and I don't know if you're able to tell if it's instinct or choice, but Tahira's, like, both of her right hands reach out to, like, gently rest on Sigi's, like, hand and forearm in a sort of comforting gesture, squeezing just slightly, almost as like a indication of presence. If at any point in that motion Sigi, like, flinches away, she would have pulled back. And regardless of how that touch lands or if it lands, she would say, Hoyt has not spoken to me of you or your shared time with him or any non-experience that you say he fixated on. I am sorry to hear that anything has happened bad enough for you to call it simply an incident.
I should not have brought it up. It happened a long time ago.
That doesn't necessarily mean it takes the hurt away of things. Time can only heal so much. Some wounds will never close.
I just didn't know if... I didn't know you knew him and he saw it happen.
Do not feel like you owe me an explanation of your hurt. It is welcome if it is something you wish to share.
I don't want to make it a burden of yours right now. Anyways, I must go and take care of... I need to... And no, like, Sigi, like, heads off.
Tahira is able to metaphorically read the room of Sigi's exit and the speed at which he takes it, and knows better than to chase after him in that vulnerable moment. And I think likely shares a look with Cloudy.
Yes.
Like, what's Cloudy's expression? Like, I don't know how much...
Cloudy absolutely heard all that.
I don't know how much insight Cloudy has to the incident Sigi was vaguely referring to. Have y'all talked about how much Cloudy might know about it?
I feel like Cloudy knows about it. We haven't talked about it, actually.
We haven't talked about it, but I think Cloudy absolutely knows
Yeah.
about every detail of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tahira looks to Cloudy with a mix of shock, concern, and confusion, just all expressed with, like, the furrow of her brow and the wideness of her eyes. And what expression does she see on Cloudy?
Yeah, Cloudy's eyes are huge, also just, like, poking her head up over the top of the chair. And it's like, oh my god, I can't believe Sigi brought that up so fast. And it's just, like, looking, Tahira, you're special. I don't know what it is.
I don't... Okay.
I don't know. I guess you've got that military connection. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. See, you'll say
No.
it when he's ready.
I wouldn't ask you to share that story. It seemed a lot and doesn't seem like something that should be told by anyone but him.
Yeah. She sits back.
What have you been doing for these last, like, 5 hours?
Oh, do you really want to know?
I think the pause that I just did was legitimately in character.
Cloudy grins even bigger. And is like,
I'm gonna roll bluff, and it's probably gonna be bad. Hey, not bad. That's a 13. I got a 14 on the die.
Well, Cloudy, would you like to roll a sense motive?
Sure.
Slightly above average result. I'll take it. Hey, let's go. What'd you
That's a
get, Deb?
10.
Say
Okay,
it.
so I've been playing this game, and it's called The Eternal Blessing of the five of Golden Town. And it's this life sim that lets you date 5 different characters from Golden Town. See, this one
Okay.
has the swoopy hair, and this one's my favorite.
You like them because of the swoopy hair?
Yes, the swoopy hair. But you have to like make them like you by doing various tasks. It's a whole thing.
That is.
I like to play all of them and get all of the bad endings and the good endings just to see what happens, but
And you do pretend work in this video game instead of actual work?
Oh, I do the actual work too. I'm just not paying as much attention.
She like shrugs and nods like, yeah. That's
Me when I'm
okay."
working from home.
But it's my favorite right now. I'll move on to the next one soon enough.
Yeah, so I think
Well, really quick, I have one last thing before he completely sobers up. He's still on his little journey.
all right. Let's go back to Hoyt.
Yeah, Hoyt's
Hoyt the
still
Hyman.
tripping out.
Still tripping out. He's gonna walk to the bridge. He doesn't know he knows proper etiquette, but he's new crew, not quite sure. So he also knocks to announce his entrance, not knowing that Sigi had already done that. Also, he's still in a towel, not aware that he hasn't put on clothes yet because he's on his own little journey. And he goes, Hey, I was gonna check the little galley kitchen, see if they have any bread and, some of that service cheese. But if they do, I was gonna make a grilled cheese sandwich. Do any of you guys want a grilled cheese sandwich?
Oh yes.
I am definitely interested in.
Oh
a
my god, you could read
sandwich.
minds, and I cover my head and I run out of the room.
Hoyt wasn't wearing clothes. He was only wearing a towel and seemed to have abrasions running down his legs.
Oh.
I do believe as he ran out of the room, the towel became no longer around him.
I feel like he needs to make a
mean-
reflex save to keep the towel on.
Yeah, that's a good. That's
Yeah.
good. Make a reflex save.
Okay. I got a 10.
That's. I mean,
I
I
feel
don't.
like that's normal average.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
10's like good enough to keep a towel on.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
loose,
you're
but
you're
it's
right.
still on there.
Disadvantage, disadvantage isn't really a thing in Pathfinder, right?
No.
Circumstance bonuses are
Yes.
like a
Yeah.
negative 2
Yeah.
or negative 5. Like
Yeah, but like, what if this was the one situation where he rolls with disadvantage because drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Like, it's
If you
so...
want his towel to fall off,
Wow.
like,
No, I want to respect the narrative. Is what I.
You know
want.
what? For 6, I don't mind it.
you just you decide, Drew.
When I class my head yelling, "Oh no, she can read minds," and run out the room, it does fall off. My towel is full off. There's a slightly pink naked dwarf running to his bunk.
Yeah. That we only see him from behind, still respectfully.
Wait, is he gonna bring the grilled cheese?
I don't know if he has the capacity to remember to make more than just the one he will want.
She could read my mind. 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 Oh no. Oh no, she's gonna know what happened. Oh no. Oh, she's gonna tell my mom. She might tell my mom. Oh no.
I think Tahira excuses herself, takes the towel, and goes to find Hoyt to like take care of him, just to help him with whatever's going on. We don't have to run through that scene necessarily, but that's probably what Tahira's doing for the majority of that time.
As she picks up the towel and starts walking down the hallway, it circle wipes away into the
Star Wars ass transition.
Yeah,
Let's
we do a
fucking
Star Wars
go.
transition. We are back with Cloudy, and the drift monitor begins to ping.
Uh-oh.
just like the like, oh, we're supposed to be. This
Well,
sucks.
it's just pinging at me, you know?
No, yeah. There's something beeping. I'm trying to play a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody replace the batteries in the fire detector, please. Smoke alarm.
Through the spectacle-like viewing ports at the front of the ship, you can see the strange magenta tube that you appear to be flying through. Those strange shapes kind of rippling in all directions. And then suddenly, that is all snapped away and replaced with the more familiar blackness of space. And directly in front of you floats a cold, white planet. The communication system lets out a series of beeps that indicates that you are being hailed.
Hey everyone! Can you get to the bridge? Is there like a button that like...
Yeah, you have a PA
there's
button
a PA
for sure.
button. They're calling us. What do I do?
We all hurry to
Yeah,
the bridge.
Hoyt will hurry as well.
Answer.
Oh, fine.
Tahira responds with just answer. I'm unaware if Cloudy is able to hear, if it's one way or two way, as she just walks back to the bridge.
I think it is two-way.
No real rush from her. It's a small ship. It's easy to traverse relatively quickly without running.
Right. Yellow.
Welcome to the Jetterat system. Please send over your transponder code and state your business.
1 second. I'll put you on hold. What's our business? Like, what do we...
I
is
mean-
it like a secret?
Are we getting up to the bridge
I
by
don't
the,
think
by
so.
the time he's saying this?
I'm
I-
yelling.
I think that it wasn't
I
established.
don't feel like any of us should tell you. You should just
Yeah, okay.
go with
Yeah,
what
because-
you think our business is at this point.
Yeah, we're just like tourists. We're here to check out the like sweet slopes, you know, over there on that planet, the nice crispy one.
You're
Mhm.
part of the arriving party of test guests.
Yep, that's right.
Well, you've arrived quite early. Let's
You know
see.
what they say. You gotta be early to be on time.
Your transponder code reads that you are in an Abadar Corp vessel. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
You're in an Abadar Corp vessel, and you're here to be a test guest.
Yeah, just call our tester guester. That's right.
Okay, just a moment.
Let me know when our characters get up to the bridge.
Can I
I-
roll something? Can I roll bluff?
Yeah. Yeah, yes, you can roll a bluff check.
I crit.
Yeah, that's a
27.
crit. That is a critical success. And the guy comes back on the line and he's like, that all checks out. Yes, very well. I will send over coordinates for your landing pad.
Thank you.
Have a pleasurable time, and I hope that as the first real true customers of the planet of Jetterat, that you enjoy your
Oh,
time.
we will. We'll cut that snow. Don't even worry.
Oh, yes. Click.
I can't believe that worked.
Wow.
Oh my god.
We're all arriving in the bridge. Then, Cloudy.
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, we've got a landing pad. We're they think that we're the test guests.
Why do they think that we're test guests?
I bet that we're gonna get all sorts of sweet extras now. Like, do you think that
Oh.
they're gonna have like an influencer
Like
bundle?
a hotel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe like some swag.
Aren't we supposed to be going into a spooky ghost mine?
Yeah, we do have to go to a spooky ghost mine valley town.
Doesn't mean we can't go to the mansion first.
I think the time constraint does,
Yeah.
but it doesn't
Well-
mean we can't go to it after.
Yeah. Okay. I can work with that. I can work with the mansion after.
I think Tahira sends a look to Hoyt specifically because this is his mission. This is his chance
Yeah.
to get the job that he wants, that he's been trying
True.
to interview for a good number of times. Just to not as a what do you think of that kind of situation, just to get a general read of his demeanor in the moment.
Tahira would be able to read this very well. Hoyt is low-key kind of freaking out because yes, this is very important to him, and it has started off not good for him.
Wait, why?
I think
He does not do drugs.
Oh.
Yeah, he sobered up a couple hours ago, but
yeah, but it's still
I
an
warned you.
ill omen to start the. I know, but he doesn't know what he's getting into, and it just hit harder than he was expecting, and he's not panicking, but he's
Yeah,
Oh, God,
I get it.
That does make sense.
Tahira sees the tension and her lower arm like lifts to rest on his shoulder and give that like supportive squeeze. And if that draws his attention, she just kind of like nods and says with her face, the part of it that you can see, you've got this, it's fine. You know, just a silent reassurance.
Hoyt nods and he goes, where's the port? Is it taking us to Pharaoh Town?
I think it's gonna update on my data pad.
It is taking you to Jeddarat City. It is not taking you to Pharaoh Town.
Well,
Pharaoh Town is not a place where the test guests are going to go.
So about that, I think the proper protocol, not that I want to take away the mansion from anybody, but I mean, we are here to hunt some ghosts. I think we need to reopen the comm and communicate that there's been a slight miscommunication, that we're just, contractors for Abadar Corp. Okay, out of character.
Yeah.
My understanding is we don't necessarily want them to know that we're snooping around, though. Is that not a true statement?
This is maybe not a bad, cover or whatever.
yeah,
I guess.
it's a great cover.
Let me just fly out to the valley where we're supposed to meet up with her, right?
So there were some things that you were told off camera that I was going to go into, but then Dev decided that it would be more fun to just improv something.
Just bluff.
Yeah, and that's
That
good.
was right. It was more fun.
It was more fun.
Yeah. I don't want to take away the agency.
There are a couple of pieces of information that are relevant here. Number one is, as far as Abadar Corp is concerned, you don't need to hide your intentions from them. And they are the ones that own and operate the starports on the planet.
Okay.
Really, in terms of disguising your intentions,
Unnecessary.
that isn't something you need to do.
But we did.
But
I
you
just
did.
wanted swag. What's wrong with that?
And the other thing is that I think I forgot to say this in the Sassamon interaction, but there is what has been referred to as a geomagnetic anomaly that makes flight in the region of the North Pole extremely dangerous.
Okay. We
we have to go by train or something.
So wait, why don't we just go to the city that we're supposed to go to, that we said we would go to, and then find a way to transit
to get up there? Yeah.
to the
North
North Pole?
No.
Is that a viable option, Ben? I remember last session we did some, I think it was culture rolls to see if we had pre-existing knowledge of Jeddarat, and I think Tahira rolled pretty good. Would that pre-existing knowledge provide me insight to that being a possibility?
To landing at Jeddarat City and then transiting to Pharaoh Town?
Yeah.
Yes, you would know that there is an established transit connection.
Is it all ski lifts?
No.
Crisscrossing the whole place.
The idea of going from a city to a mine towards the North Pole in a ski lift is probably one of the most uncomfortable and longest rides
It's
of
not
my
a
life.
huge planet, but it is still a planet.
I do love the idea of ski lifts being the public transport in the city itself. I think that's fucking hilarious and very on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't remember. I think it was Cloudy that had said something. Tahira would slowly nod and say, Jeddarat does have transportation from the city to other locations, so we might actually be able to land in the city and be okay.
Okay. Then we should be fine. Yeah, we'll carry on.
Nice.
Well done, Cloudy. Or should I say Muddy 42,069?
Yeah.
Don't. Please don't.
Don't.
And
You don't like any of my
as
screen names.
as Cloudy takes in the ship and navigates to this landing bay, she is slowly setting the ship down and as she does so. It's clear that there is a bit of a welcoming party.
Oh, yeah?
Oh god, and at least 2 of us are armored and weaponed to the nines.
There is a bit of a welcoming party, and that is where we will leave it for this session.
Thanks for listening to Signal Jammer. Starfinder is property of Paizo Inc. The theme song is Space Party by Matthew Krim. Sound effects and atmosphere provided by Pixabay.